Alright folks, welcome to another modern stream. This week I'm gonna be tuning Denia Lance deck. This coming weekend is the Mana Traders event, and my goal is to hopefully be able to write a cyber guide, at least a short one for this deck. I know that deck is pretty new, but I think that it's actually quite well positioned against the metagame. So if I had to play an event, I think I would probably be playing. We will be registering this. I like the list that I tried out yesterday, went 3-2 on stream. You can check out the VODs there, but made a couple of changes. The only change I made, honestly, is I added in Data Triumph. There were a couple of 4-drops that I wanted to kill, so I wanted to try this out. Not sure whether it's gonna work, to be fair. Like, this allows us to, you know, do a prismatic ending for x equals 4, even without the Dryad in play. I don't know if the cycling 2 with the it's not secluded step, like the green-white cycling line, whatever the name is, I could never remember. Cycling for 2 is a big deal in the late game, particularly once you get a Ren going, and it happens very often that you either go squatter your own dual land, and then you start to cycle it with Ren, or you cycle it to Reclaimer, you cycle it to Suranors. Like, we have so many ways of sacrificing our lands. And we also get in value. So cycling for 2 can be very relevant because obviously 2 is less than 3, like pretty straightforward. So it's interesting to note whether being able to ending for 1 more is going to matter more than the cycling. The cycling has mattered in the past, so like I know that is pretty good. So now we're gonna try to see how the 4th color of mana for Triumph works with Prismatic End and whether that's useful. Besides that, the rest of the sideboard looks practically the same. There's a couple of things that I'm considering. Number one, I have not been impressed by the Cavern of Souls, so I'm trying to figure out if there's a different option, but I really dislike Veil of Summer in decks like this, so I'm not interested in playing that card. So Cavern kind of feels like it's the best way to go about it, even though I don't like it very much. And the other card that I would like to make room for is Engineered Explosives. I think Chalice is better than Explosives overall, but there is a chance that I should be cutting some Path to Exiles in order to make room for Explosives. So that's something that I'm going to be trying out sometime this week. But for right now, this is going to be kind of a short stream, maybe, because just finished recording the Mishra's Bubble podcast, and I'm going to have to edit it today. I'm not going to have time tomorrow or Thursday, so I kind of have to spend my time doing that, but hopefully I wanted to make at least a short stream to play some more of this deck, which I've been having a great time with. If you're enjoying the content, make sure to hit the like and subscribe button, and we'll see you for round number 1. Welcome to round number 1. Playing against some sort of Yorion deck in this case. Okay. So I'm probably gonna get Stomping Ground. Boop. I think I'm going to play Knight. Oh wow! Blue-white Tron? Well, that's sick. I think I'm gonna play the Dryad, because it plays into Condescend. Remand. Yeah, Remand's fine. Bounce that. Pass the turn. So now we can play around Condescend. So we can get a Plains, play Knight. So they're gonna finish Tron, so this can be a problem, but if like they need to kind of kill me though. Like, whatever they do. Because then I end up with Dryad and I just go off. So, like, whatever they do needs to be real good here. I guess I can also just go squatter then. What did they search for? Search for power plant. So I'm forcing them to use their mana right now. Gifts ungiven. Huh. Finish a goal of the last league saying don't want Triumph into the stream and you see Triumph. Yeah, I'm trying it out because I saw Jay's team play now. Well, okay. Pass the turn. They have to bounce this or do something about this, right? Otherwise, we just get all of our lands back. They achieve nothing. Path to exile my knight. That's actually a problem. Sure. They have to blow up their own land too, which is nice. This leaves the battlefield, which is kind of awkward actually. They go face. Huh, okay. See if they have a counterspell. They don't. They didn't do anything last turn. Whittle of their mana. So I can play Reclaimer. We're gonna have to. I guess we're gonna. If I do this, we have to chomp. So maybe this was bad. Because now they can attack with Colonnade, I guess. Yeah, maybe this was bad. Just have a path. How do I beat a 7-11? I just throw a bunch of Valakut triggers at my opponent's face. It's actually pretty straightforward. Yep, my opponent gifted for Imperial Rights plus Sundering Titan. Titania also wins. So I guess I should not concede, because if we draw Titania, we can probably win. Titania? Cavern of Souls, Pajukapog. Probably shave one of that. I mean, I guess Endurance is probably better than Prismatic Endings, huh? Force also probably better than Prismatic Ending. And let's cut Blast Zone. I mean, my opponent's playing Yorion, so it's not 100% boomer. My opponent at least has Yorion. Yorion in their Tron deck, of course. Play tapped, say go. Retron seems like one secret tier 0. It is interesting. Thankfully, we have the word interesting to, you know, explain situations like this one. Let's play that tapped, and I think I'm gonna fetch the Stomping Ground. Now we don't really have to do anything. We can just pass the turn. Just let Saga do Saga things. Walking Ballista for 1. I mean, I guess if they want to lose... If they want to lose their Ballista to kill my token, I'm probably okay with that. Do this in case we find Ren. I'll take that. Just some sort of very bad run. Yes, that's exactly what my opponent is on. But they're gonna find fucking Nutty Tron, dude. Just like that. Just like that, they're gonna find Nitro. Oh, I didn't put Pioneer Needle in my deck. I'm an idiot. I should have totally put Pioneer Needle in my deck. That was quite silly of me. Oh no, my construct is dead. Second Saga? I think I'd rather have Fetchland, actually. My opponent can Path Titania here. I guess that Path is a reason to go for Saga. We can get 10 power, though. But we get... It's probably not right for us to go for making 10 power. I'm gonna make 5 at least. Because we're gonna get the land back off the path, so... Yeah, I should have gone back Saga there. Still don't know whether I want to actually exile their Ballista because they have, they could have Karn the Great Creator. Our opponent has an 80 card deck, still somehow manages to turn 4 Tron me twice in a row, back-to-back games. Urza Saga was found. Well, that's so good for me. That's like ridiculously good for me. Five, yep. I just don't want my opponent to have access to the colored man. I think that the colored man is how we're gonna get him. They're gonna finish Tron. They don't finish Tron. They could have finished Tron and they didn't. That is hilarious. Why are they even playing Tron if they're not gonna finish it whenever they can? I think I want to find Ghost Squatter. We could also find Second Valakut, which makes it lethal. It's either Ghost Squatter or Second Valakut. I guess Ghost Squatter, because this is lethal regardless next turn. And it feels like the only way that I lose here is my opponent completes Tron and they do something busted. In before we get Wrathed and I just fixed my opponent's mana, right? But fuck, man, is that what's gonna happen? Did I just fix my opponent's bad mana for Wrath? Okay, that's not what it happened. Okay, cool. Explore. Another one. Kill you, please. Tried Hammer Time on yesterday for the first time. I realized my enchantments list is bugged, and Hammer Time has been fantastic. You mean the best deck in the format is great? Huh. Interesting realization. Okay. Take 5. Down to 2. Here's my Reclaimer. Oh shit, they do have Condescend. Okay. Can't pay for that one. Such an interesting feeling to not have the stars align outside. Perfect duplicated 3 and 2. Yeah, that's fair. How many times is your deck for jerks? I'm surprised fast. I mean, I'm not playing it. I mean, it's obvious, right? They have 1 card left. Just gonna let that resolve. They can name Soul Guide, I guess. Jeff Cat with the tier 1 sub, coming back in 21 months, almost 2 years, hard to believe. Also, thanks for the awesome content, it's much appreciated. You're welcome, Jeff Cat. Appreciate the support. What do we got here? Gideon, ally of Zendikar. Gideon, ally of Zendikar is the choice. Can I please draw any business at all, please? Any business whatsoever. Pretty sure Lantern draws a card. I'm pretty sure Biting Needle locks me out of doing that. You know I can't read, that's fair. Alright, we got multiple cards that win the game on the spot. Multiple cards that win the game on the spot. That is actually one of them. Sweet. So if I attack them, opponent blocks here and they block here, aka not a great deal. So I'm just gonna pass. What's happening on opponent's side of the field? They're playing 80 card blue-white Tron. That is the weapon of choice here. I'll fetch. I'll sack that. I'll sack that. We just shame drop and come back tomorrow after a good cry. Kind of, right? Probably force is fine. Endurance seems kind of medium, actually. I would rather have force than endurance. In that, a triumph is purely for prismatic ending value. Yes, that is correct. I'm trying to see. I'm giving it a shot to see whether it's better. I mean, I'm not gonna ship this hand, right? I'm trying to see whether cycling for 2 is more relevant than having the extra color for prismatic ending. I think that cycling is overall going to be more relevant, but I'm just gonna science. So we need to draw literally any land whatsoever. We're going to draw Flaxlands if I say this. So we have to draw any land that taps for green or red mana, and we're going to be fine. They announced SCG for October. I saw that, but wasn't it that... That's like paper SCG? Huh. So are they bringing back the Envy? Because I'm qualified for that one. Does my opponent have the actual Natty Tron in their 80 card deck? Is this real life? There's no way this is real life, right? My opponent cannot have the Natty Tron in their 80 card deck. That's just unreasonable. Damn, joke's on me, I guess. Prismatic Ending. Gross. $80 cards? More like gotcha cards. Teferi Time Raveler. So I'm blowing up these two because these are the ones that allow my opponent to actually cast Ambira Rights plus gifts plus rights. Oh no, Celestial Coronate. Path to Exile. You and Dom are planning on driving down for this SCG. Is that super far, or is that... I mean, if I go there, I'm gonna have to fly. There's no way around it for me. Five mana for a Sky Noodle. This still gets countered by Condescend, so... That one. Hit that one. And hit it again. And now we're gonna hit you. Trying goes and miss, I can sign your time. Yeah, 100%, Jeff Cat. 100%. 11-hour drive. Nice. Wrath. Day of Judgment, of course. I was trying to say whether I'd rather have the 3 points of damage. I think I'd rather have 1 extra token, right? 5. Get back at the heat. Your go. Actually, that was a mistake. I should have sacked, I should have gone in Triumph, and I should have gotten it back with Ren. That was a mistake on my part. Let's sack 1 of that. Turn 3 Tron. Nothing to do with it. Sweet. See you for the next round. This is round number 2, playing against another. Okay. We're on the play, so. Alright, this is gonna be some next level stuff, and I may get owned by this. But I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna lead on Basic Forest. Because leading with Basic Forest allows me to turn, if my opponent plays a monkey, I can go turn 2, play Saga, explore, kill the monkey with ending. So I think I'm gonna go with turn 1 Forest here, which is weird, right? Like I would obviously want to get rid of the Temple Garden, like I want to get the top land out of the way. But I think it is correct for me to do this. Inkmoth Nexus. So this is Hammer. Well, I feel like an absolute genius now. They have another aid? There's no way they have another aid. Okay. Ingenious Smith. The SCG event was this weekend. Would you ride the wave of success you're having with this deck, or would you play stock Amulet? I will play this deck. I think Amulet is just very poorly positioned right now. That sucks. If only I had 31 lands in my deck. Oh wait, I do. Supposed to congratulate me about the baby. I thought I was supposed to congratulate him on getting Doom. So Knight gets Ghost Squatter. That's a lot of 5/3s. So get Suranorb, fetch, get a plains, sack. Can get Ghost Squatter here. Play Titania. Play this, pass the turn. why not Saga tonight? I mean, I recommend you to read Night of the Reliquary because that's gonna answer the question for you. So if their hand is Paladin into... If their hand is Paladin into Hammer, I can be in trouble. Also, I should have sacked the Windswept Heath there. I should probably sack the Saga there. Yeah, this is exactly what I was saying. So it looks like their hand is exactly Paladin into... Oh, man. It's kind of insane. That's kind of insane. I could have prevented this by just like not playing the Titania, but I feel like my opponent was starting to go wide. So these are the cards that I like. I think Reclaimer is going to be a little bit too slow. I guess I could have gone for Knight of Reliquary for Blast Zone. I honestly did not think about that line. That may have been the correct play. Yeah, that was definitely the correct play now in hindsight. No, I guess my opponent was putting a lot of pressure on me. Yeah, my opponent was putting way too much pressure on me. There's no way that I was supposed to do that. Oh, Orbing the GQ and get it back with Titania. Okay, that was the play. 100% that was the line. Yeah, that was the line. All right. Konana, you figure it out. That is exactly what I should have done. That is exactly the play that I should have made. Well, I'm dead to a bunch of things here. Dude, if only they had had a Mem Knight instead of the fucking Ornithopter. So I'm dead to Double Hammer. Not dead to one single hammer. They need to have two. Colossus Hammer. I love the tank into finding the best possible option. Just what's the tanking for? I don't understand. Like what are we tanking for? Also, both times they found hammer off of this card. It's basically demonic tutor. So we draw absolute trash, we lose the game. Yep, that would have helped. Anyway, see you in the next round. Playing against Lurrus again. This seems like a fine opener. More hammering. So I'm gonna go Stomping Ground here, and then next turn I can go Explore into Prismatic Ending, whatever they play. We get a 5-0 prediction after I lost a round. I mean, we can. It's probably not a good deal, but Sigarda save. I think I want to get rid of the Paladin. Because if they start drawing cards, I'm gonna lose fairly easily, I think. The problem now is that we gotta do this. So next turn we can explore. I mean, we probably cannot tap out of the Shadow Spear for the time being, so we're just gonna have to chill here. And hopefully we can turn the corner, not this coming turn, but the following turn with Titania. Second Igmoth kind of sucks. If I find Ren off the top, I'm gonna be very happy though. Anything that's not lethal, I'm just gonna take. Well, that's lethal, so can't take that one. So that means they have another hammer in hand, right? Or like a Stoneforge or whatever. So what we have to draw here is Ren and 6. Ren? Never lucky. So I guess I'm just gonna represent that I have interaction, I guess. Opponent not in the business of playing around shit. That would have been sick. Anyway. So Reclaimers are pretty slow. Something like this. So not looking great here, but I've been winning that matchup, the Hammer Time matchup, but it's not working out today. Just fine, it happens. It was time for Variance to catch back up to me. Sure. Chalice plus Blast Zone is a nice little combination. Our colored mana situation is not looking too hot, but it's fine. So I guess I don't want to crack these foothills here. Because I may draw Titania or I may draw a Valakut. In fact, I'm going to go with a Fine Valakut with Saga. So I actually do not want to crack this land. Explore. Okay. Play that. And play that. Do I want another one of these is the question. I can also play this on 2. I could play this on 2. I think that's worth it more than the construct. And now what I have to do is I take this damage. One is probably going to make another construct. I take this damage. And then I untap, make a construct, find, what's his name? Find expedition map. I guess I actually cannot make the construct, right? If I want to kill everything. Make construct. Yeah, because I need to crack the expedition map before doing the thing. They get an Ornithopter. Huh. Instead of getting like... They get an Ornithopter instead of getting something like... What's his name? Like they could have gotten... They could have gotten a Shadow Spear there. Expedition map, crack this, get Valakut, play Valakut, target that one. Oh yes, always healed. Easy game, easy life. Alright, I'm not so much into Chalice on the draw. It's probably good enough to play though. One thing with this sideboarding plan is that we're super low on green cards for 4s, so that's something to keep in mind. I mean, I'm gonna keep this hand, but I may die on turn 2. Yeah, we're definitely dying on turn 2 or 3. Fuck me, dude. That is strong, I guess. I mean, force of vigor or we lose the game. Straight up. Force of vigor is the only chance we have here. So... YOLO. Force? Prismatic ending. Just fucking dead. I don't think I'm supposed to ship this hand though. Like this hand just does the thing. It's just actually I wanted to ghost quarter that. And it's probably not correct for me to ghost quarter that actually. Because then if my opponent has a hammer in hand, I just straight up lose. Although I guess I just straight up lose to this as well. Is that correct? I mean, I can untap on Blast Zone, but then the constructs just kill me. Yeah, nothing I did mattered here. Like, it was basically, I just needed to find the... I just had to have Force. Like, that was the only card that mattered. I can still find Force of Vigor this very turn. Force. Well, that's not it. Because if I find Force there, I play Blast Zone, crack it, kill both of these things and the thing, and then I force both constructs. And then I go to 1. Should I just mulligan for Force? Like, there's no way that mulliganing for Force of Vigor is the way. Like, I just cannot. Yep. It wasn't gonna happen. All right, see you for the next round. All right, let's see if we can get that money, get that 3-2 life back on track. So we're gonna go turn 1 tapped, turn 2. I guess turn 2 I can just play Saga. Put in mulligans to 6. Probably playing Asmo. Okay. The Asmo matchup has felt okay. Like, nothing really to write home about, but it has been fine. Do they have the Asmo? Should play Yakmalt if you get sick of Hammer. I mean, I'm playing the deck that I like to play. I'm not looking to play any new decks, but... Ember is actually less scary than Asmo. They're gonna get to start drawing a bunch of cards, but... Like, this is pretty slow. Gonna get Sacred Foundry, because we have Yami Maya. I guess I'm gonna get in Data Triumph actually. Oh no, I don't have a red source now. Whoops. That was bad. Got excited because I had a Triumph there. I'm like, yeah, just make a bad play. Making a token seems fine because it forces my opponent to like not draw a card, I guess. Probably gonna draw anyway. I kind of just have to dodge Asmo. As long as I can dodge Asmo, I should be fine. Metallic Rebuke could be a problem. All of this is fine. I guess they could have Rebuke here. Well, I guess I can play around Rebuke. Oh, I have second Titania. I guess now that I have second Titania, I don't want to play around Rebuke. Let's actually do this. Let's explore first, then we're gonna Saga plus Last Zone, play Titania, get this rebuked. Or not. Okay. We're about to do some stuff. We're about to do some stuff and some things. Opponent is playing engineered explosives in their deck, so I'm not going, like if they bounce my Titania, that's fine. I'll just let that resolve. Sure. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven. Okay. There's Urza. I mean, if we draw Prismatic Ending, we can kill the Urza, so that's cool. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 mana is what we're gonna have. Opponent has one unknown. So I'm probably going to go for it this time around. At least I'm going to make like a bunch of tokens. One, two. One, two, three, four, five. I may want to Blast Zone here, actually. I think I'm just gonna Blast Zone here. Destroys this, this, and this. They can make one more cookbook token. Three 5/3s. Let's make one more. That gets bounced. And now we crack this. So that limits my opponent's food production, limits the opponent's... Wait, what are they doing? Where are they tapping the construct? Yeah, that does nothing. So now if they want to continue producing stuff, they're going to have to not get back the Spellbond. Which then gets them. So now they probably have to get back the cookbook. Yep. Makes sense. Play the cookbook. So this is not lethal because they can crack food. We still kind of have to dodge Asmo though. That is really good. Yep, that is quite a powerful play. Maybe I should have gone all in, but I think my opponent's playing at least one copy of Engineered Explosives in their deck, so... That's pretty funny. So there are a couple of draws that just win us the game, including Dryad. Prismatic Ending would probably also be game winning because I can just get rid of the construct and then my opponent has to... Do they just have to chump? Ren and 6. That unfortunately does not quite do it. I think I want to get Heath here just so I can get more tokens. And we serve with the tokens, I think. They block, 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 take 5. I guess this is not a good attack actually, because that allows my opponent to recast the Thought Monitor, which is not a good idea. So I think we're just gonna set up one good attack for next turn. So that's gonna be the line. Got rid of the Triumph, so no Swamp Walk. Tight. That is tight. Kind of feels like I should have gone all in on the Titania like the first time that my opponent bounced it. Another Thought Monitor. Se puede subir el monitor con la bomba. Sí, pero si subo el monitor entonces no me sube la Titania. Así que si quiere hacer eso me parece bárbaro. It's interesting that they're tapping the food. MTGO has some really funny humor. Getting back cookbook. Tanto en inglés y hablar español me resulta raro. Sí, cuando me hablan en español respondo en español. I mean, those constructs are huge, but so at this point, my opponent is at a virtual 14 because they've been tapping their food for no reason. So at this point, I think I have to assume no engineered explosives. I think I have to assume that there are no explosives. Four mana. Are we hard casting Daredevil? Oh, we're getting back Asmo. Okay. So that's why my opponent was just tapping all the food. That makes sense. So they're gonna be able to kill 3 things. I think this is where we YOLO. So they're gonna kill 1, 2, 3, and then we attack with 1, 2, 3, 4. So 1, 2, 3, and then we attack with 1, 2, 3. Oh, only 2 food. Oh, never mind. So they kill these 2 and they kill this. We attack for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Only 2 need to make it through. Excuse me. So only 2 need to make it through. So we attack for 4, 9. And my opponent has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 blockers. Looks lethal to me if I go all in. We do lose to engineered explosives. We do lose to engineered explosives. So if my opponent does have explosives, we just lose the game. But I don't think that we can slow roll it anymore. And if they've been like sandbagging the explosives until this point, I feel like that's fine. I thought that we could maneuver into a situation where we could play around explosives, but it turned out that my opponent had Urza. They started just kind of going off that way instead. So at this point, I don't think that we can play around it anymore. So, right, no engineered explosives. Okay, so this looks good. That looks good. That looks good. That looks good. That looks good. And these look fine. Don't know, not insane. I guess the cavern is probably gonna be a little bit slow. Ghost Squatter kills Saga. Don't really care about Saga though, so that's fine. Reliquary can go. Explores, I think Prismatic Endings legit. Titania is just awesome. So is Ren. Shadow Spear can go. Chalice on 1 is definitely not worth it, I don't think. She's got a Flagstone, so I can cut a Triome. I feel like I want to cut a land. I don't think it's a fetch land. Don't think it's Yavi Maya. Parece mejor Recario que el Endurance. The thing about Endurance is that it does mess with their engine. Maybe it's not like 3 copies worth, but I think I do want at least 2 copies. And I do feel like I want to cut a land, so probably needs to be Flagstones. We can YOLO this hand, and if we find a green source, I'm going to. I'm feeling it. Turn 1 Asmo. There it is. Green source off the top, easy. Okay, so we're gonna be taking it easy. Saga is probably gonna find Pine Needle for Asmo. We're not gonna have enough time to name Cookbook, I don't think. Alright, look at that. Starting to feel a little bit like it kind of didn't matter what we did here. My opponent's draw is pretty outrageous. I guess if we find a green source and we get to explore, never mind. I guess that my out is for my opponent to not have the dude that comes back. If they don't have the dude that comes back, maybe we have a shot. So if it costs them actual cards to make food, then we could be fine here. Or if we find a force would be sick. Well, I guess if they have Daredevil, I'm just going to flash in Endurance. Splinter 20 is actually 3 cards. That's funny. I think it's extremely important for us to get rid of this thing. So there it goes. It may be that they have another one, but if they have another one, then we probably just can't win, so. Kind of is what it is. I think I'm playing Triad here. I gotta develop my mana. Now is the moment of truth. Do they have another one or not? They don't. All right. We play on. They also didn't make a token. Why would they not make a token? Shadow Spear? Okay. So now we can name Cookbook. I guess we can just use Blast Zone and crack the ones. My opponent knows about the Blast Zone though. We're gonna name Map. We're gonna play my land. And I'm going to pass the turn. And what we're going to do is I'm going to crack Map on end step to fetch Valakut. And then if we find any land or a Titania, we're probably gonna be in really, really good shape. I think am I chumping this construct? I guess I'm probably gonna be chumping the Asmo because my opponent's gonna suit up with Shadow Spear. They don't. Okay, so I think I'm just gonna take this chump because otherwise we're gonna be taking a bunch of damage. Next turn we don't really have the option. So we're just trying to find. So our ideal draw, I guess it's another fetch land. Never mind, it's actually just great. Always yes, always yes, always yield. Opponent could have a removal. So I guess unfortunately we're going to have to fetch now because otherwise this construct is going to grow out of range. So I guess Triumph. So now we have a bunch of draws that just win the game. Titania just wins. Ren wins. Fetch land also wins. We have a wide range of cards that just win the game straight up. We still have the Blast Zone, worst case scenario. So if we like super whiff, we can at least get rid of the Shadow Spear and the Cookbook. So we can make the construct smaller. Flagstones also wins, you're right. Which is exciting. Another Cookbook. One, two, three. So I'm forcing my opponent to sack food right now. They can discard their last card. Wow, they discard a Thought Monitor? Well, that's sickness. Dryad, Dryad, Dryad. I think I like how I played that game. I think I was able to correctly identify what mattered and when. Like I was able to, you know, like endurance the Daredevil when it was the time to do that. I was able to, you know, like pace my Blast Zone. I was able to switch gears like with the Saga in order to get the second Valakut as opposed to getting the Python Needle to name the thingy. So that was cool. All right, last round. Last round, baby. That is kind of awkward, not gonna lie. I'm trying to see if this Urza Saga get me there. But I don't think they do, so I'm just gonna ship it. This is a lot better. Keep this one. I think I'm gonna send one of these Reclaimers. Have I tried one of Tireless Tracker? No, I have not. I don't really think that tracker fixes any issues that the deck has. Been jamming this deck in paper and I've been absolutely loving it. I really like the small change of Triumph for Scattered. I don't think I like it actually. Primetime BTB trigger. I think it's just not worth it. Like it hasn't felt worth it so far. Granted, limited sample size, blah blah blah, whatever, but Renantix. So this is probably Nassif deck. That makes me really sad. Dragon help with flooding with lands, turns out constructs into big boys to trade better, and other decks constructs maybe. Like I know what the card does. Like I don't need you to explain to me what the card does. Like I know what the card does. I'm just telling you that it doesn't fix any of the deck's problems. So I don't really see a good reason to want to play it. I wonder if I should... Maybe I should have just chilled there. Because my opponent's probably playing like BTL shift. If they're playing just a mid-range deck, then what I did was fine. But if they're playing the BTL escape shift version, then I probably wanted to save the removal spell for Dryad. Just verdict. I think I'm getting Yabimaya here so my knight can actually sack. So my knight can sack Flagstones. I would love to draw like a fetch land. Fetch land would probably be the ideal draw because it allows me to play something that I can get back with Ren while leaving the knight as a 4/4. I guess Dryad would be the other ideal draw. Prismatic Ending doesn't do shit, I don't think. Maybe they should have been a fetch land, actually. ¿No tienes la sensación de que siempre quieres robar la dríada? No, no siempre. Muchas veces sí, pero no siempre. Yeah, path? Okay. Alright, I mean, not gonna complain about that one. So, let's see what they have here. Iteration. Okay, so it is Nassif's deck. It is Gab's deck, so no Dryads or anything like that. My opponent just playing like a value deck. Sun Battle Grove? Nah, there's no way that's correct, right? So bounce that. I definitely want to make sure that I get value from Titania, so. So I'm just gonna wait until I find a fetch. Nassif plays it, so it's correct. That, I mean, can't argue with that. Can't argue with that one. Una carta de iteración, sí, es una chanchada. Okay, so there goes Ren. There goes Reclaimer. Snapcaster. Ending. Fetch land one time. The Mana Trader 7 has weakened? No. I may play a challenge this Saturday. Maybe. Maybe not. Opponent has drawn so many cards. Are we bouncing Titania here, opponent? What are we doing? They're bouncing their Snapcaster. Okay. Also acceptable. So they're going to fetch and Snapcaster path here. I get left with a 5/3 and I get to cycle the Triumph. They bolt. Oh, okay. Find the blank. Good card. Hey, another blank. Sweet. Fucking sweet. It really sucks having a bunch of like game-winning top decks and just like drawing a blank. And also like the worst possible blanks, right? Like these are even worse for us than a blank. Like probably if we had skipped our draw step, it would have been better for us than drawing these cards. Kikan with the tier 1 sub. Thank you for the 6 months. Cheers to the new build and bring Reclaimer back. Hell yeah. Reclaimer is the only way, baby. Like if I could have skipped drawing both of these cards, I would have. Like that's how bad these draws were. So I guess that I can find Titania again, but like even still, okay, Dryad is fine. I only get to kill one of these things though, and I think I have to kill Big Tef. We know Snapcaster, opponent has Snapcaster in hand, so the path in their graveyard is live. What did I say about skipping drawing those 2 lands? That's fair. Gabriel Nassif invitational card. So I guess now they can minus and dry it and just bolt it. Listening to your podcast and you have me in tears talking about hideous laughter. Nice, Donnie. Yep. The whole hideous laughter thing, it's just hilarious. MH2 is back. Yeah, I'm so excited. I'm probably gonna be drafting it a lot. Cycling Omnath? I mean, we know they have Snapcaster Path, though, so we can't really win this. Even if we find a fetch, that's only a single trigger, so... Okay, Bojuki Bog, Biting Needle, Soul Guide. Do we want endurances? Probably a couple. Let's go with something like this. See what happens. Maybe I have one too many. Keep this. Maybe I have one too many prismatic endings. I could see that being the case. Turn 1 Reclaimer. Go! Flagstones off the top. That's actually not bad because now Reclaimer is going to be a 3-4. So we dodge Bolt. Ren. Grab that, get flagstones. Alright. I got. So, question now is, I think I play Saga and I make some constructs. Other option being, should I play Valakut and I try to set up Ren? But this makes them not use their mana. Makes their play awkward. And next turn we get value from Saga. Maybe playing the Shadow Spear didn't matter. Omnath. Okay. So now these brawls with Omnath. Fuck Saga. So I guess we just pass. 4 damage doesn't matter when my opponent's going to be gaining medium life. The Great Pablo, thank you for the follow. And I rather have my opponent need 2 removal spells in order to get rid of the Ren. So our best draw is just Dryad, right? It's a shit ton of mana. Okay. Hardcast Shark fucks. Not gonna lie. So at this point, our only draw that matters is Dryad. Our only draw that matters is Dryad. Not looking good here. Not looking good. But Dryad can turn this around potentially. It's not looking good out here. All right, that one is enough. Well, that was not close. That was not close. I feel like Nassif may have just figured out a way to actually build control decks. This is kind of worthless. This is kind of worthless. I'm not sure I like the look of this, to be honest. This actually would have mattered in that last game, right? because I just died with some endings. Like I died to the Omnath and I died to the Jace. Like I realistically just died to the Omnath, but like I was stuck with these prismatic endings that I couldn't make for X=4, so I just died to the Omnaths. So now we add explosives. And what? I wish I could play Titania number 5, honestly. Because in like grindy matchups like the one that we just played, Titania number 5 would be just gas. What is the last sideboard slot? What is the last sideboard slot? Illidamis is almost Titania 5, except it really isn't. It is, except it isn't. No. Like, think about how much all of those cards would have sucked there. Like, I want a card that can grind with this new version of control decks. So maybe tracker number 3. Kind of want like a Planeswalker or something like that. You know, like how like for color loam decks used to play like Garruk Relentless or something like that. Needs the Vital Force, yeah. But those cards just don't work, right? Let's do this. Let's do something like this. Alright, that's gonna be it for this league though. We'll play another one and I'll see you in that one. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button, and I'll see you in the next stream.